Live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? Today we're going over SuperJoshua's account. He sent these in, and you can too if you want. Links are down in the description below. We grade on 5 different criteria. It's who you're using, their placement, their power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. Be aware, if you send in your picks, there's about a 4 to 5 week wait before your turn is actually going to come in. So once you send in your picks, when your turn does come up, I send you a message, and you can send in revisions then. There was supposed to be someone whose turn it was today, which was Sir Frank, but Sir Frank apparently left Discord, and that kind of happens sometimes because it's a long time until your turn comes up. But Sir Frank, if you're watching, buddy, get back on Discord and I'll review your stuff. I like to make sure everybody gets a chance here. But today it's SuperJoshua's turn. SuperJoshua is doing a Merc Hela team here. So I don't know what good Loki is on this. He places a taunt only when there's a full Asgardian team. Of course, the Mercs have the ability to put a taunt up also. I'm not really sure how this times out. This is more just explosive damage from a few different points right off the bat. I think we should take Loki out of this. I think he does speed up Hela a bit, but not a lot. So I think we should take Loki out of this and go with a different Merc to help speed up Taskmaster instead. Go with somebody like Korath the Pursuer, who's really fast. We've got Taskmaster as a striker, so he's going to be copying positive effects on his basic and counter assist, and that's okay. We've got Loki as a skirmisher putting out a vulnerable, and Hela putting out vulnerables. That's okay. Healer on both the other Mercs. Okay, I think on Riot Guard should probably be a striker. You could make him a fortifier if you wanted to, though. I don't think it's worth it. I like Riot Guard as a striker, and Lieutenant as the healer is fine. That's his native ISO, but also you could go striker there too. Or, I mean, okay, so if Taskmaster is a striker, you want your Mercs to be skirmishers, and if Taskmaster is a skirmisher, you want your Mercs to be strikers, vice versa. That way, you're getting the value out of the Taskmaster ISO 8. So I would say make Merc Lieutenant on this a skirmisher on this build, probably. Also, that would help land his effects. But really, the thing is that this team is so old, the Merc team, it's so old. It's just so old, guys. It doesn't work. We need to be finding a different place for Taskmaster to go off of a Merc team, because everything beats every version of this. I think the best version is the Doom Mercs, and there's way better things to be doing with your Doom. So, all in all, this isn't terrible. I kind of like what's going on here. I think these ISOs should be different, but there's too much of an investment to change them. So for Joshua, he should just keep it the same. But for others, if you want to build this, maybe use somebody different than Loki and start out with different ISOs on those mercenaries. So I'm going to go with... tough call here. I'm going to go B+. It's not like insultingly bad or anything. I just think it could be better. All right, we got Marauders with Ghost and Minerva. Let's see here. Okay, Strife needs to be a fortifier 100% of the time. He uses barrier in his kit. He does it very well, and he is the linchpin of this team. If you can't get through Strife, this team wins. That's just how it works. So you got to make Strife as tough as possible. Barrier's the way to go. I also think... I like Ghost as a striker. She doesn't add a ton of value to this team. Like, there's not a ton of negative effects to prolong with her turn 2 explosion. Minerva is good on this team because she revives Strife if he dies. Ghost is dodgy, keeping chain attacks from going to the rest of the team, but Mystique can do the same thing by being invisible and putting her next to Strife. I do like Emma on this team, and of course, when Madeline Pryor comes out, I think that we should probably build her to like gear tier 126664, like the min-max investment for the value out of her, and just place her on the team so that Strife will... I mean, I know he doesn't, but he basically spawns with taunt. It's so fast, no one gets in front of it when Madeline Pryor is on the team. Because she's giving him like an extra 30% turn meter on spawn or something ridiculous like that. So he throws that taunt up fast. Yeah, this is okay. We definitely need to change the ISO on Mystique to a skirmisher. And if you're going to run Emma on this team, I think in the future she's probably going to be a skirmisher to put more vulnerables on the field for Madeline Pryor. But we don't know yet, so don't make those changes. Don't make those changes to your Emma until you know for sure. I kind of like Emma as a skirmisher elsewhere anyway, so I'm going to be changing mine right now, but is what it is. Yeah, so I think we should be using a little bit different people on this. Yeah, I can still give you... I can give you a B for this, but you do need to change Strife to a Fortifier. You do need to change Mystique to a Skirmisher. Those are where they should be at. Team number 3 is the Symbiotes. Let's see. Fortifier on Scream. That's kind of weird. Kind of weird. She's not that much smaller than the rest of the team. She shouldn't be a Fortifier. Let's make Scream either a Skirmisher or a Raider. I like Skirmisher. Let's make... Yeah, we got Strikers where they need to be. We got Raider on Symbiote Spider-Man. You can also go Skirmisher on Symbiote Spider-Man. I like him as a Raider. And then Skirmisher on Carnage. So just that one ISO change. A- for this team. Not too bad. Web Warriors. Great build, great placement, great ISOs. Good job. A for that team. And then we got a Young Avenger mixed with Old Avengers. Let's see. I don't know if I like this so much. I think there's better things to be doing with Black Widow. I think there's better things. Man, I'd really like to see the other YA people being used. Now, I know it's a defensive build, and SuperJoshua is an older player, and he invested in these teams from a long time ago, and he didn't want to invest in war defense. So I can't blame him for that, actually. I can't blame him for that. So in his case, this isn't too bad. Thank you for the follow, Kelly Skywalker? Hillel Skywalker. I think that's it. Man, I'm terrible at names. Okay. I'm not gonna ding him too hard for this. He's using people that he previously invested in without building in the rest of the YA team. I think those YA characters have some pretty good value at a low investment. Like a Gear Tier 12 6664 kind of thing. You could throw them in there and at least draw in bigger teams. Like they don't know what T4s you've got invested, so they might send in bigger teams and kind of punch down into it, not knowing that they could skate by with lesser stuff. So we should probably look at building up those defensive members to that minimum level just for the value. But as is, this is if you don't want to touch those, if you don't want to touch Echo, if you don't want to touch Kate Bishop, if you want to use America Chavez elsewhere, this is fine. This is something to do. I think there are better things to do with Black Widow and probably that Captain Marvel. Also, at 7 red stars, man, we have word of that A-Force team coming out. Hopefully Captain Marvel's on that team for you, buddy, because that would be a great rework for you. Might consider making her a healer so that she can just heal herself and stay alive. Just be a tougher person on there because her damage is kind of power crept. Anyway, I'm rambling on this one. I'm going to go with a B just because I think you should use other people. I like the ISOs that you're using. But yeah, you're not really getting the value out of your Miss Marvel because I think there's only one hero brawler as a striker. So I think, isn't Captain Marvel a hero brawler? I don't know. We'll go moving on. Team number 6. Man, I didn't get enough sleep last night. Here is a Coulson Inhumans Doom kind of mashup thing. Shuri possibly giving Doom some energy. Coulson putting out a taunt and hitting people early. You've got some synergy with the Shield members, and then you've got synergy with the Inhuman members. Not terrible. We've got 2 skirmishers, 2 strikers. Yeah, you got Shuri as a fortifier, probably for raids. Nothing wrong here. It's a different way to go about it. It's a different way to go. I'm going to give you an A for this. I don't see any real problems here. We've seen some other builds. This is something a little bit new and I kind of like it. So I'm going to give an A for that. Here we go with the new Warriors with Emma and Surfer. Pretty tried and true defense. We've got 3 strikers, 2 skirmishers. That's okay because the new Warriors are also throwing out vulnerables on their alts, which puts out plenty of vulnerables for this build. The only big problem here is that you've got Dagger off to the side. Dagger does offense up to adjacent characters. You want Dagger to be placed... Am I saying that right? Dagger. Yes, Dagger. You want Dagger to be placed between either Cloak and Surfer or Deathpool and Surfer. Yeah, so make that change. I'm going to go A-. It's a simple change you can make. It's going to have a vastly big improvement on this team. Team number 8 is... Eternal Wave 1 with Doc Ock, huh? Okay. Huh. Well, your Hulk and your Captain America are both pretty big. Your Captain America is a fortifier to take into account that he's about 40k smaller than the rest of this team, maybe 50k smaller than the rest of this team. Doc Ock putting to flex out there. Honestly, yeah. Actually, I think with your power levels, I think this is the best placement for this team. I think somebody's going to come in here with a faster Eternals and nuke it. That's probably what I would do, is just come in with a faster Eternals, flip those positive effects into negative effects, and nuke the team. But hey, Wave 1's old, and I like you trying something new. You're getting Doc Ock in here instead of putting him on a crappy Sinister Six team. So I like it. I think you got the right things going on here. I think you're doing the right things. I mean, normally Captain America should be a healer, but because he's smaller, you're going Fortifier. I mean, if your goal is to draw in their Eternals team with like a Eternals Emma or Eternals Cable or something, then that's probably what's gonna happen, and it's a pretty decent team to do that, and it still stands a chance of winning. So who knows? Anyway, I kind of like this. I can give you an A for that. Team number 9 is the Secret Avengers with Kestrel and America Chavez speeding it up. Okay, so America Chavez is going to speed up Sam, who speeds up the rest of the team, and America Chavez is also speeding up Kestrel so that she can't be ability blocked or anything like that. And then Kestrel's going to delete somebody and then be sped up by Sam. Like, this is a really, really powerful defense. It's a great place for your America Chavez to go if you don't want to put her next to an Eternal. I love it. I think it's a fun way to kind of spread out what you're doing. So he's got an Eternals team that's going to require an Eternals response, and he's got this SA team that's sped up by Chavez that's going to be very, very tough to get through. I can't remember if Joshua is in a defense down or adjacent to, if he's in security or adjacent to security. If so, this team, like if there's defense down, oh man, this team just lights them up, Anyway, we got good ISOs. You could make Kestrel a Raider. I prefer her as a Raider on defense, especially. America Chavez is a striker and healer. Yeah, great ISOs, great placement. It's a great idea. Another A for this team. Good job. And finally, team number 10 is your Heroes for Hire. The big problem with this is that we've got Shang-Chi in the corner. I think we should be swapping places, Shang-Chi and Misty Knight, and Iron Fist and Colleen Wing. I like to have Shang-Chi, Colleen Wing, and Luke Cage not in the corner in case of a Darkhold counter. If you feel differently about that, please leave your comments in down below so I can discover why. There's lots of different ways you can put this team out there, but mostly we gotta get Shang-Chi out of the corner so he's not disrupted. Let's see, Raider, Skirmisher, Fortifier, Healer, Striker. Okay, the only thing aside from a placement change, we need to change these ISOs. Oh no, I'm sorry. Luke Cage is right as a Fortifier. That's great. Iron Fist as a healer, you're not going to get a lot of value out of that because of all the heal block that comes into this team from all the counters. You might consider changing him to a Raider or a Skirmisher. Otherwise, it's pretty good. So placement change, contemplate changing that ISO. This team is kind of old. It may not be worth it for you to spend the ions changing that ISO, but definitely make the placement change. Gonna go with a B+ for this team. Not bad at all. I don't think SuperJoshua was so stupid, tell you the truth. I think he had some pretty good teams in here. I like what he was doing, trying some new stuff. I love new stuff. If you've got new stuff for me, find that link, send me those pics. Remember, guys, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and others too, and I will catch you next time. Bye.